My hair's having some very nutty professor vibes this week. Hi everyone, it's Tasha and welcome to another recipe video. And because Zhongqiujie, the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, is coming up, I'm going to make some mooncakes. But these are going to be modern-y ones. I'm going to be making coconut custard filled shortbread mooncakes. This is another one of those old recipes that I made a few years ago pre-YouTube. Pre my YouTube channel, I mean. YouTube existed when I made these, so it's a tried and tested one. The only thing I'll say about this is, because you're not using a nut or a bean paste like sweet red bean paste or lotus paste to fill these, and you're using a custard mixture, there is still going to be some water content in there, enough to make it expand when you bake it, so these are going to be a little bit crackly looking. They're not going to be 100% perfect, but I can assure you they're going to be so cute, especially because I'm going to be using my favourite Lucky Cat moulds. You can use any 50-gram mooncake mould though that you like. This is a two-part type recipe. We're going to make the filling first and chill it overnight, and then the next day we're going to make the pastry and put everything together, which isn't that bad. You just need to make sure you have an extra day to prepare. So with all that in mind, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. Let's start by making our custard. Here I've got a little bit of a mix. I have 1 whole egg and 2 extra egg yolks. I've put those egg whites away. You can use them for meringues or scrambled egg whites, great for protein. But yes, this is just 1 whole egg and 2 egg yolks. I'm going to add 45 grams of caster sugar, 30 grams of melted unsalted butter, which I've also let cool down a little because you don't want to scramble those eggs. Give this a little zhuzh. Then we're going to add 40 grams of custard powder, a little pinch of salt. Give that a zhuzh too. And I'm also going to stir in half a can of full fat coconut milk. And that's our custard mixture. Because I want to steam this next, I'm actually going to transfer this into a shallower bowl because this bigger bowl doesn't fit into my steamer. And let's get steaming. So now we've set our custard bowl inside our bamboo steamer, which is on top of a wok. That is half full of water, making sure it's not touching the bottom of the steamer, and we're going to steam this for 40 minutes. 40 minutes has been up, and let's give it a little jiggle. Good, that is nice and solid. Now I'm going to take this out, let it cool completely, and then I'm going to let this chill in the fridge overnight. Now that the custard is nice and chilled, it's time to beat it up because it's a bit thick at the moment, and we essentially want to turn it into a kind of dough. So we just have to beat it up with a wooden spoon. And now, because I'm using a roughly 50-gram size mooncake mould, I need to make sure that altogether the mooncakes are going to be 50 grams. So I'm going to use 25 grams of filling and 25 grams of pastry. And I've just popped down, ooh, it changed. Oh, come on, it was exactly 25 grams just now. Anyway, take it from me, you need 25 grams, or in this case, 24.9 grams of filling. We're going to roll it up into a ball. You can use your bare hands, but I cannot stand the sticky feeling. I don't mind it for dough for some reason, but for custard and things, I really don't like that feeling. So I'm using some food safe gloves to do it. Pop it on the plate and keep on going. Remember, we want roughly 25 grams per blob. And we ended up making 14 custard balls altogether with only a couple of scraps left in the bowl. That's pretty good. So yes, made 14 custard balls here. Now let's make the pastry. Let's preheat our oven to 180 degrees C. To make our shortbread pastry, we're going to need 70 grams of unsalted butter, which I've softened at room temperature. I'm going to add 180 grams of plain flour, 40 grams of icing sugar, a tablespoonful of custard powder, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoonful of egg. We may actually need 2, so let's save this for now. And I'm going to stir everything together. If it's too dry, then I'll add another tablespoonful of egg. You know what? I'm a dum-dum. So when I follow my own recipes, I write them down like this, just on a piece of paper, and I actually had 1 egg. For some reason I crossed that out and put 1 tablespoonful, I don't know why. Should be a whole egg, so ignore me. Dump all of that egg in. There we go. This should make a massive difference now. We got there in the end. Nice soft dough. And now, just like with our custard balls, we're going to make 25-gram balls out of this shortbread dough. So let's take a chunk. Let's see how good I am at estimating. Ooh, 29, 30. Oh, we'll need 5 grams less. Just like this. Now, I actually ended up making 13 25-ish gram balls and one that was only 20. So, as you can see, I have cannibalized a few, stuck it onto this smaller one, because don't forget we have 14 balls of custard that we need to use. So we need 14 balls of this pastry dough. Don't worry, a couple of grams here and there isn't going to make a huge difference. So we are going to take 1 bit of our shortbread dough, flatten it out. We're going to pop a custard ball in and we're going to close it around, and thankfully, because our custard is quite firm, then we can squeeze a little bit. That's why I said you don't have to worry about cracks. Pinch the ends and then give it a good roll, and that's going to seal our cracks. There we go. Pop that on our plate, and we're going to do this to all of them. So I'm going to fast forward this. 3, 2, 1. And here we are. We've got a good 14 stuffed balls. Now we're going to shape them. I've got my lucky Jiao Cai Jin Bao cats, and that basically means wishing you prosperity. And since we've got 14, I'm going to do 7 of each, so we have the full phrase. So let's start with the first bit, Jiao Cai. Obviously it's the other way around. It's a mirror image because once you stamp it, it'll be the right way around. So I'm going to take one of our dumplings. I'm going to squish it into an egg shape because this one is a little bit egg shaped. It's not round like traditional moulds. Squish it very gently because we don't want too many cracks at this stage. Drop your egg in gently. Place it on your tray, and we're going to plunge the plunger thing down very firmly. It'll create the imprint. Leave it a few seconds. Up. Plunge it a little bit onto the tray, and there we have a very cute cat. Now let's do that again and again. 7 of these and then 7 of the other one. And if you've ever wanted to know how to replace that stamp, it just screws apart. And we're just going to continue the same way. Aren't these adorable? Right, now we're going to bake these for about 15 minutes. Now it's actually been just 12 minutes and they do look a little sorry for themselves, but don't worry, they will depuff as they cool down. So yes, just let them cool down completely and they will calm down a bit and deflate. It's literally just been 2 minutes and they've already calmed down. Nice, right, I will let these cool completely because they are very hot. Look at these! A bit rough and ready, certainly less polished than the egg yolk, the salted egg yolk ones that I made last year with the lotus paste. But still absolutely adorable. Right, let's slice one open. So cute! Told you, rough and ready, but adorable. The super buttery smell coming off this is making my mouth water. So, let me get one that I cut earlier. You can see that wonderful creamy custardy inside. Oh, I'm melting. Molten crumbs. So let's take a bite. Cheers. Wow, if you like custard and you like buttery biscuits, this is for you. And also, if you want to make / eat mooncakes but don't necessarily like the traditional salted egg yolk and lotus paste ones, these are a good alternative. Definitely going to enjoy this with my cup of buckwheat tea that I made. So there you go, coconut custard filled shortbread mooncakes. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram on tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too, I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. So many crumbs. Ah, I just hoovered too.